real quick so that we can go live. We're going old school style right now, okay? We are going to revert back to SipsTea on YouTube 2000.
What is 18 about it?
Like, wait. It's just the beginnings. You know, if you guys have been watching our YouTube stream lately, you know, we try to bring y'all a little bit of, you know, pop a little bit of flavor and drip a little bit.
We don't get our
pop a little bit of flavor and drip a little sauce.
Oh,
now
we're
not gonna have any kind of pictures today, so you will get to look at these two lovely ladies. And guess what? Okay, let me turn the bottle around because I'm not promoting these people.
We already know how
they haven't paid us yet. So
okay, she got up. I'm gonna go ahead and pour.
Teamwork make the dream work. Yeah, because I gotta get y'all.
We all had some long weeks.
Okay. Again,
we don't own the rights to this music. But guess what we about to do? We about to get into this late night special.
We need to lower our voices.
You know that SZA make you do some things. SZA make you do some things. She got you thinking about other people.
She got you thinking about
dance and stuff like that. Then she make you do some things. My sister done went away, so I'm gonna add a little bit more bubbly. Okay. Get through the week, baby. We at Wednesday. We got 2 more days to the weekend. Okay, SZA.
Yeah.
We try to get to the weekend, SZA. Y'all better go. My bad. Y'all better go grab a glass of tea and get into this because I'm ready. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to talk about what's been going on. It's a lot been going on, right? I want to talk about that Cardi B. Had a girl can't spill it early. They gonna spill it early. But also, too, you notice, guys, we don't have a celebrity guest. Because today we thought we should bring it back to the original OG. Okay, the original OG.
It's me, girl.
Exactly. We had to give you the us girls because we were like, wait a minute.
Oh, we gotta give you SipsTea the Show, baby. Okay, so I feel much better now.
Sis, take a sip.
Yeah, let's
you ready? Y'all ready?
Yes, we here now.
Woo!
And since we are already up and going, I can still see your comments and things like that as we go through our live, because that's the whole point. Like, I just want to make sure that if you guys join us on YouTube, that you'll actually be able to, like, collaborate and join in the collaboration, because it's really about that. That's kind of why we love that you guys are tuning in on Instagram and Facebook on Mocha Christina's page, but when you go to YouTube, we can actually like have a conversation. So
you trying to conversate,
girl? There's too much going on. We need to talk about it. It is too much going on. So,
and I'm gonna tell y'all what I did today too. So, for all those, please, repost our page. And share our page on your page. Let people know about it because we are a local show in the DMV area, highlighting DMV local entrepreneurs and things of that nature. I mean, we definitely talk about, in tea time, we get into other topics of conversation, but this show is really geared around the DMV. So definitely share this page, like this page, subscribe to this page. And like she said, just for now, we're really trying to highlight the DMV for now. We definitely going on all the way. We're trying to get to the big screen, of course.
Okay.
But definitely share the page. Today I jumped out there. I was telling her I DM'd the Shade Room and a few other celebrities because I want to push. If you don't try, then you've already failed. So at least I'm trying. Okay, at least I'm pushing it. Whether or not they subscribe, like, or share, at least we put it out there. So you got to start from somewhere.
I mean, okay, and because the shade is the shade and the tea is the tea.
Exactly. We one in the same, baby.
Okay, so I am so glad to be able to actually join you. Whoever y'all saw just a second ago, it was not GemDTwin. I was not here. These are facts, okay?
What did you have? What was your
girl?
What just happened?
Everything just happened. And if you on the inside, like I am going TF off, okay? Okay, I'm going off because I like things to be a certain way. Like right about now, I'll just tell you guys over there in Facebook, the way this light is hitting me, I'm not happy about it. But I digress. We're going to keep it moving. Yeah, so we start the show off with positivity.
Absolutely.
And number one, on that positive note, I got to thank you guys for tuning in to SipsTea the Show. Welcome to Hump Day.
Yep, we met.
Working Women's Wednesday.
That's why I said it's Wednesday. We only got 2 more days left.
Child, we done it don't matter. When we are tired, when we are like we have got to, we are trying to be committed to being consistent. So yes, we would like to have it consistently be 8:30 one of these days. But right now, it's consistent as in we are here consistently. And so we're going to take that for right now. You know what I'm saying? You're going to take your wins.
We're going to take your wins. Yeah, we're going to take
and take your losses like they still wins. Hello, how you doing?
I came in here today, y'all, and I think I'm like, what did I say? I'm a walking. What did I say?
Zombie? Did you call yourself a zombie
right now?
And she did not mean to drink, baby.
I said I'm a walking zombie right now. But you know what? Like I said earlier, it's about that commitment. Commitment to you guys, commitment to us, and commitment to the process of the journey. But we definitely gonna get into that positivity. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it is nowhere near 8:30 because we're bringing you the late night special. And we're not gonna hold you too long, but we're gonna give you what we got. Oh,
late night special.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I add on a?
I don't know. Did we do something else when it's late night? Like say it with your chest and your shoulders. Hit him with the shoulders or something. I don't know, because she had the scissor. I can't do my titty bounce to the scissor. I just keep satisfied through the weekend. Okay. So anyway, guys, do you want to start off with the positivity?
You can go ahead. Okay.
So let me tell you guys how, we talk about things that kind of just come to us. We all share a word and things like that with the positivity. But the positivity for me today, I was going to talk about positive rephrasing because I'm really big on that. Like your brain and your words in your brain and how your verbiage and your language, the way you actually speak and formulate your sentences actually affect your behavior. It affects your mood overall. You know what I'm saying? So I was all prepared to tell y'all about my positive rephrasing, etc. But, baby, when I said GemDTwin needed a drink, and I tell you that I needed some tea in this cup. I texted her a long time ago, and I said, I need this tea. Can you bring some tea? Mm-hmm. Sis comes through with the tea, okay? We decided to go with wine today, but where is the wine opener? Where's the wine key? I am a bartender, and if you knew me back in the day, I always had a plethora. There's a word for you. Okay. All of those syllables. I had a plethora of wine keys. There would be a couple in the house, a couple in my room, a couple in the car, because you don't want to be caught without a wine key. This couple with my miniatures in the purse, things like that. You need to be prepared.
Keep in the bag.
That's a survival kit, okay? So in order to survive, we want to make sure that we have all the things that we need, like wine keys, okay? Because they were all about. All right. But no, can't find a wine key to save my soul. So I just wanted to say, last week, if you guys watched last week's show, which I hope that you go back because it was awesome, and we'll talk more about that during the Brewing TEA segment. But it was about be resourceful.
I did not realize that you didn't open this wine up with
be resourceful. Like brothers and sisters, if you do not have the whole wine key,
you make one.
You must make one yourself. Okay. Whose bright idea is to have one without the other? First of all, this is the cheapity cheap wine key, okay? So it's the one you get, and you just have the it's usually something that comes together. It's like the cap.
Put it right through.
And you put it right through the top. Like you go to twisting your wine.
Then you gotta tug and pull depending on how
tug and tug, exactly. And that's how you get what you got. But no. So first of all, today we're running around looking for the wine key. Can't find none of them. I'm sorry, but that did delay us at least 10 minutes. I need this tea for the people. For your benefit, I needed this. Okay, but I found portion number 1. And this, baby girls and boys, when you are being resourceful, please know this is all you need. Okay? This piece is all you need. Okay? If you are in need of your wine and this is all you have it made. So yes, you guys know I like to paint. That is my catharsis, and I like to create. And baby Jesus made a way for me today because what I did was create this damn wine again and get to twisting. Okay, so this, honey, be resourceful. If you need the wine, be resourceful because, honey, that has got to be my positivity. Because I don't know if I could have been positive without this tea.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay.
All
right. Be resourceful.
Yes, be resourceful. Okay, so that's that's
so that's tea is the
Jesus.
Okay.
One moment. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, so tell us about your positivity. Yes, like some days, man. Some days, some weeks, you need what you need.
So for me, so my positivity for this week was, you said be resourceful. Yeah. Mine is be strong because the things will open.
Okay.
Because things will get better. It may storm now, but it never rains forever.
Okay.
So that was mine. Just let you know that
trouble don't last. Let's think about all the phrases. Trouble don't last always. This too shall pass. Be strong because it can't always rain.
It can't always rain. Now, when I read that, I'm like, damn, that hit home because you go through life and you find yourself like you'll say to yourself, "Oh my God, I can't take anything else."
Yeah.
When am I gonna catch a break? Right. You ask yourself these questions all the time, but you got to realize it's not going to rain forever. It's going to get better.
Yeah.
As long as you keep putting down a strong foundation, as long as you keep putting out those positive seeds and those positive vibes, those blessings will come back to you.
Yeah.
As long as you continue to persist in whatever you're trying to do, those blessings will come back to you. But you got to believe in that. You got to know that. Guess what? Trouble don't last always.
And shoot your shot.
And just shoot your
shot. Sow your seeds. You know what I'm saying? Because while it's raining, ooh, I'm about to give a word.
Let me hold my
While it's raining, that is the perfect time to go plant your seed.
Exactly.
When the sun is shining, while the ground is being fertilized by disaster or whatever else is going on, it's the first time to see. So,
absolutely. So just be strong and just know that you'll get through it. You'll get through whatever you're going through in your personal life, work life, whatever it is. Bad times don't last forever.
Absolutely.
Know? But the true test is the strong ones will get through it. That's the test. If you're strong enough to get through it. So that was my positivity for the week.
You are smart.
But we're going to get into talk about brewing the tea. And I think this week, we should talk about, we have brought you in the last few weeks, we have brought you a lot of amazing people. I sat here and was thinking just the other day, I'm like, in the last month, I'd met like 3-4 new people that I didn't know a month ago. So, when you're brewing your tea, you need to always put yourself out there because you don't know who you're in the face of.
Right.
And we gathered something from each and every one of our guests. And I hope you guys did too, because we try to bring you the best of the best of the best. People who are out here really moving and shaking and keeping things going. So like one of my, something that we got from just recently from DC slogan on how to get more people to watch the show.
Right.
We got that from Nikiru, the one who owns all these different businesses. How do we get this business off the ground, and how do we stay consistent? How do we get money from this business?
Right.
And DJ Freaky Ty, and shout out to him. We were able to go to his show last week. Guys, please check that out. That was an awesome show, a great experience. They are really doing some things over there at Blazing Radio every Thursday at 9:30. We were able to go there, but we learned some stuff from him. And in the male's perspective, the battle of the sexes. And then you had Miss Sabrina Day on the show. When I was in LA, she also brought some originality and her positive vibe. So I think, I want to shout out to all of those people who we recently interviewed And shout out to the people who are coming.
Absolutely. So, you guys, Brewing TEA, that's the second segment of our show. And Brewing TEA, we like to talk about, just everyday awesomeness, things that are happening around us. And usually that's the spot that we actually get to highlight our guests. You know what I'm saying? Just give them a little bit of shine so you guys know who they are. Enough for you to just kind of go, check them receipts, go see who they are, see what they're talking about, see what they can offer you. And just like Eb Deceleb says, I always say, you never know who's sitting next to you. You never know who you're sitting next to. And I strongly believe that. And we have been sitting next to some great people. And so we thought that we would actually recap that whole thing, just give you guys a glimpse. We started this show here, this particular SipsTea the Show. This go round was February. So since February and since the beginning of guests, we're shouting you guys out. So starting off with our first guest.
Naturally Faye.
No! Great, sorry. I had to laugh you out.
Wait.
It was the Mass Comm Guru.
Oh yes.
That was,
okay. Yes.
Yes, he was our starter guest.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so
he was awesome too.
He was awesome. He's doing big things. He's
He
kicked us off with having the guest. We actually had our producer at the time on the show prior to that too. So shout out to her. Shout out to GemDTwin. Shout out to Mass Comm Guru Productions. We followed him. He actually graduated from college. Delaware State, and now he is working for WSA 9, if I'm not mistaken. And he's out there doing his thing, shooting, making content. He actually had a video that is actually being displayed or played in a library in Delaware. I'm sorry, not library, a museum. So the guy is out there doing it. He was here first, definitely follow up on the show.
He was funny too.
He was funny. He was great. You know what I'm saying?
He was inspirational.
He was inspirational.
He opened our eyes to like the new millennial era. He opened our eyes. His point of view was just so amazing because like I asked him, I said, well, why do you think social media is so important? I remember asking him that, and he said, honestly, today that's how people network.
True enough.
So and it makes a lot of sense. Before it's let me give you. I mean, people still give business cards, but what's your number? Now it's what's your IG?
Right. No bullshit.
Well, that's what it is now.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He was just like opening our eyes to like all of the millennial era.
Yeah, and it's actually getting just like you said, people ask for your like media handles and things like that. Before they ask, so you say you're this, that, and the other. So what's your Instagram? What's your Facebook? Like, do you have any kind of social that I can go to and check out? Which I remember when social media first started with the boom or whatever, people were warning, saying, hey, don't just post anything on social media. It'll come back to haunt you, yada, yada, yada. But now, even right now, 5 and 10 years later, it's even more so true because I'm going to actually ask you for a particular thing. So show me who you are all the time. So then we had Naturally Phased. Kaylin is actually
she's doing her thing too.
She's doing her thing.
Our guests are doing their thing.
Our guests are doing their thing. That's why we gotta do that's why we gotta do the recap.
And you know what? Pop-up shop be popping.
The pop-up shops are popping. They always have a different flavor.
They do. All of them are different. I'm like, damn, girl.
Yeah, some of them are happy hours. Some of them are not necessarily even hers, but ones that she's, doing her thing at. And so networking, creating connections, and sharing that information with other people. So shout out to her.
And how she got started. You guys, if you guys go back and check out her show, how she got started, she was at home.
Yes. So you guys have got to go back, rewind it back, and watch some of the past shows.
Her story, her testimony it's unbelievably powerful.
Yeah.
How she said she started, she was at home.
Right.
And she was like, I got to do something. I got to do something with my life. And then boom, here you go. A year, 2 years, 3 years
something
later,
a little bit more along the line of what she wanted. What her calling was and her purpose was. So shout out to her. Then we also had Valencia.
Oh yeah,
from
doing
Pinky's
the,
Lash Boutique.
Awesome. She was funny.
Yes, actually, shout out to her. She's actually
funny.
going through some things right now, so we are sending
Keeping
you
you in my prayers.
all kind of prayers, hugs, some SipsTea love in your direction, because if they say only be strong and only the strong survive, she's definitely a survivor. So shout out to her.
Girl, we're praying for you, girl. And
absolutely.
That quote was for you.
Absolutely.
The rain, look, it ain't gonna rain forever, baby.
It's not gonna rain forever.
I'm telling you, them skies is gonna come out.
And okay, so then we move it along. Who else are we? Okay,
we had Harley.
Then yes,
we had
Harley. So
Harley Morgan, shout out to him.
Harley's always doing his thing. That's how we got to be on the show. Harley's always doing his thing.
And also, yes, he's actually having Indie Fashion Week on October 13th.
Okay.
He will be doing a pop-up shop and a fashion show at the Cambria October 13th. So shout out to him. He is still doing his thing, still pushing it. So he's awesome. He is awesome, always inspiring me, always sending me little quotes and stuff like that. Just always checking on the show. How's the show doing and stuff like that. And I'm always doing the same for him. So shout out to Harley.
So shout out to Harley and the Cambria. Then
the Cambria is not sponsored.
Don't shout out to Cambria. Shout out Eb Deceleb and all your party needs.
I'm just kidding.
But okay, so we had Sabrina. Was Sabrina the next?
No. We had after her. We had so we had Harley. We had
Valencia, and then we actually moved studios at that point.
Oh yeah, it was.
So I
Sabrina.
believe that Sabrina.
Okay. Ooh,
is that true? We will have to look back, and if anybody, if we forget anybody, please shout us and let us know. But we just want to do this recap so that people know. Number one, Brewing TEA is all about this awesomeness and all about making connections and things like that.
It was Sabrina after her. It was.
This is when Eb Deceleb went to LA. Sabrina came in as a co-host. So that was awesome to have her here from Ablazing Radio as well. Then we had DJ Freaky Ty and June the Kid come in. DJ Freaky Ty is at Ablazing Radio. That was a live show. So check the Battle of the Texas show.
They was questioning a lot. I'm like, you know what? Look,
they tried it. They tried it on SipsTea the Show, and we had to shut it down. Then we had to so then we had DC Slogan on.
DC Slogan. We had Nakiru.
Nakiru came first.
Nakiru. We had Nakiru before that. That was she's doing dynamic.
Absolutely.
And still doing them. You got your real estate agent, your biochemist, you got your hair care line, you got your hair care product line. You do hair, you do this, you do that. You got your stocks, travel, all that good stuff. So she was definitely on it. And
then we had DC Slogan. Stay woke. So that was actually last week's episode. You guys go check that out. And shout out again, like Eb Deceleb said, to Ablazing Radio, because they actually had us on their show. We went there. We actually had a dope time on Ablazing Radio. And then I also wanted to let you guys know about Ablazing Radio because they actually broadcast on Thursday. So y'all can sip tea with us on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, just go ahead and tune in, to Ablazing Radio. And let me not call it Ablazing Radio. It is Ablazing Radio, but we were on the Hotspot Show. So, yes, check out the Hotspot Show with DJ Freaky Ty and Tiva and Miss Day.
And we actually have a clip if you guys can hear it.
Let them just go and watch the clip.
No, the clip.
We don't want them hearing something they can't see. What is it? It's somebody else's music, babe.
No, it's this.
So while she's doing whatever she's doing, we'll just go ahead and continue on. So that's Brewing TEA. We want to keep, as not to elongate this show that already started after 10, we're just going to keep it moving. So that Brewing TEA, we are constantly.
She may be happy it ain't working because I was trying to get y'all to hear. But that means y'all gotta go.
Actually, yes, it's actually on our YouTube channel. You're welcome for that. You can also check us out on SipsTea the Show page. So if you guys are looking and if you're following us on our pages, you actually either have seen it or can access it yourself. It is on the page. It's on our Facebook pages as well. But let's get into this tea time. We got to move this show along. Tea time. Tea time.
Okay.
Because there's a lot going on. And
look,
we need
I was like in the middle of a thought. I'm like,
well, I hope that thought was not about this video. She wants y'all to hear the audio from the video. You know? I don't know, baby.
I was sitting here thinking about it. But also, too, guys, if you are brewing tea out there, so you hear the list of people that we just named, amazing people, still doing their thing, still pushing and grooving. We had a list of people coming up really, really soon. We just wanted to take a break and give you to us, but we're definitely going to get back into having our celebrity guests here with us as well. If you are brewing tea, you want to talk about it, preach about it, and be about it, come on the show.
Hit us up at SipsTea the Show at gmail.com as well. Tag us into your stuff. You know, let us know what's
up. If you're doing
let's get into the tea time. Let's get into this tea time because there's too much stuff going on. And we need to get better with our time on tea time. To be honest. Shout out. Who been watching the 2-hour shows? Hands up. Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you've been watching the shows that was 2 hours.
Do I count? I count?
No, because you were here.
Okay.
You were creating that content. But yeah, so let's move on to tea time because there's so much that's actually out there right now. And we're gonna move it along because I know y'all tired. But
low key, we sleepy too.
Number one, of course, I know that everybody's been tuning in to the whole Bill Cosby situation. Okay, so we had a Me Too movement, and I think that was kind of started by the allegations that were made against him and people coming out the woodwork saying that there was, you know.
It started off with 38 women, and now it's up to 60, but 38 are actually speaking out and doing like this whole seminar book type of thing ordeal. So.
Yeah. So do you guys think that out of all those women, that all of them, it really... Do you think that some of them might be bandwagon girls and that some of them are true blue, had the issue, but some of them are kind of bandwagon? I don't know, because this is the year of the bandwagon.
I was about to say, because honestly, when you think about it, I mean, I know one come out, then, you know, they're saying, you know, just only takes one to speak out. But
absolutely.
I cannot sit here and imagine to myself that there was all of these women that didn't want to speak out.
Right.
Like,
and then my thing is this. In certain circles, you go through certain things together. Okay. So I feel like y'all weren't not getting your sister hit. Okay, Eb Deceleb, put it this way. Let's do a little reenactment, a little role play. Okay. So you have gone to a creep's house. Okay, so you was at a creep's house. He tried something. Okay, when you see me and we in the same circle and we talking.
Oh, so you're saying they were friends?
I'm not saying that they're friends. I'm saying that they travel in circles. Just like, for instance, in the LGBT or any community of people, there's bound to be what we call talk.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And ain't none of the talk get back to none of y'all be like, no, sis, don't go over there.
Yeah, because
you see what I'm saying?
He's drugging people.
Because the first thing I'd say is, girl, no. He a creep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just he's a creep. Like, was there no warning for you?
You know what? Honestly, for me, I'm gonna say it like this. You know, I'm not gonna say it's unfortunate. However, let's look at the facts. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the facts out on the table. Okay, he did all this to these women. One woman came out, and then all of a sudden, all of these women came out.
I mean, quite often, the truth is that quite often that is what happens. You know,
I could see if it was maybe 10 women.
Yeah, it's like
60 women.
First of all, that thing was busy.
And he was
okay.
Was he busy?
I want to know if it's still working, because I used to work in the urologist's office, and we need to check in with the wifey and figure out if that shit is still working.
This is my thing. This was what I was about to say. 60 women, whatever, coming up. Why? If it was all of this, I think that these women were paid off. Honestly, somebody had to be paid off, because you just don't come out of the woodwork after all of this time. Oh, I was scared. And then one person says something and now I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I believe these women were paid off. I believe that Bill Cosby did have a fetish, right? He did have something going on there, but I believe that you got something out of it. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that his wife was full aware of what's going on because of the fact that no real woman, after all of this, she's still by Bill Cosby's side. Yeah. So she had to know as well, if not been a part of it. I'm just saying.
And then I think age plays a huge factor.
He's 81.
I mean, you might as well stand by your man.
And now they got him on like suicide watch. I don't know if you heard about that. They got him on like he's talking about, you know, his wife came forward talking about he's going to kill himself and all this and that. But it's like, he's 81 years old. Okay, 3 to 10. All right, he'll probably do 3 years if he does that. Okay, he'll be 84. Then what? Now he's registered as a sex offender. Then what? I
mean, to be honest, I'm sorry, but registering someone like Bill Cosby as a sex offender.
Okay.
Like, so what? Look, you can register me as a giraffe if I got a whole bunch of money. It's never gonna like.
Let me just say this: Usher has herpes, and people still want to F him. The fuck? Like,
allegedly, is that allegedly?
Allegedly, Usher has herpes, and no one is stopping to say, "Oh,
okay."
Usher
speaking of that whole little situation, one of the allegations that came from this Stacey Marie girl. Let me look at my notes. Star Marie, baby, about Cardi B was that she had her. First of all, let's just say this, okay? If you do your research, there's a whole lot of herping going on in the world in general.
The people are doing different things.
Yeah, but just I mean, I don't know. People, like cold sores. That's the
era. This era. I'm gonna tell you something. This era that we are in, this new millennial era. It's different. Yeah. Where we, you know, you want to promote safe sex and blah, blah, blah. But then you got Love and Hip Hop and all these reality TV shows that talk about going in raw and this and that. Now. So this new era just don't understand. I don't know if they haven't grasped the concept of, baby, you could get an STD, baby, and no matter how rich you are, that STD is still coming to your ass. You can get herpes,
you can't pay it off. You can't pay it off.
You cannot get rid of it, honey.
Not with your money.
You cannot. Okay, so going on national TV, saying, oh yeah, I done hit this joint, Ron, and did this, I done did that. Shorty might be pregnant. Fetty Wap got like 20.
I'm sorry, but at this age, at this point, every time I hear somebody being somebody's accidental baby mama,
exactly. Like
I was just like this because you do know. So y'all was raw dog because so what was. Like, I'm sorry, but when Masika was pregnant,
when Masika was pregnant.
So you just talk about fat. Okay, yeah. So that means when y'all laid down, okay, because you know he was in
this person.
We're not gonna say curse words. I'm just gonna say he was in the streets, girl. Okay,
exactly.
In the streets and in the sheets. Good. Okay, so when you laid down and it was all raw and all the other situation. You knew what was going down. So, okay, potentially, I'm not sure what's up with you either, sir. Sirs and ma'ams and sirs.
You effing all these people on national TV, and then you wondering why. Like the way that they just, I don't know, it's almost, I'm not going to say they glorify it, but in a sense they do. Like
it's actually, I don't even think they're glorifying it.
They're accepting it.
It's like blatant disregard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. We're not even going to talk about that fact. Like, and I have yet for anybody to come out on one of those shows and be like, well, sis, like, so what number girl were you that he wrote off? Like, I just want to know. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know. I mean, because then who was you with as well? That wasn't everybody. That was not your first raw dog. That was not your first.
Hell no.
Okay. Because you don't just let Fetty Wap be the first person to slid up in there raw dog.
or and I don't want to shout out. We're not this about even Tia Marie with her whole sex tape. Clearly they was doing things raw, but clearly he had like 3-4 other women. So he's effing 3-4 other women all at the same time. No matter what era you're in, baby girls and boys, your body, your anatomy is still all the same.
Yeah.
So guess what? Protection, if you're 20, 40, 60, 80, is still needed.
Yeah. And like, especially younger women. Yes. Like when you're just getting started out, like protect yourself, because ain't nobody gonna protect you for you.
Hell no.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Ask them for that paperwork. Okay. If you want to do all of that, ask them for the paperwork.
Exactly.
The paperwork from the click that says blah 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 blah. Just ask them for the paperwork.
And then also double
check the date. Check the date on that. Make sure it wasn't Xerox. Like,
exactly.
check the receipts. Check the
People
receipts.
doing
Matter of fact,
things.
go with them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a nice little outing to the clinic.
My first date is the clinic.
Yes. Okay.
First date is the clinic.
Before we kiss.
Clinic.
I mean, it's crazy out here. So everybody does need to protect yourself, and you know that.
So you were
those
saying,
people are no different. So yeah, so Bill Cosby. More tea, please.
Although his ass should be locked the fuck up.
So Cosby definitely has been in the news. I mean, what do y'all think about?
Did some shit too. I guarantee you.
I mean, he was presidential.
Exactly.
So, what do you guys think about that, though? You guys, like, let us know what y'all think about Cosby getting the amount of time that he did. Here's my thing as well, because I'm all for women's empowerment. I think we need to start respecting our bodies, and then we can also and demanding that other people respect our bodies. So I'm happy for the Me Too movement. I also want to go on record as saying I don't want Cosby to be the only one.
Exactly.
Please take one down where you need to take him.
Take them all down.
Take them, all the judges, all the people in the play, take them all, okay, and make sure that they get the time that they deserve.
But I want to say it like this, then. I mean, because they were saying he drugged them or got them drunk or whatever the case may be. How many people today, are having, sex with people who are under the influence? What categorizes as that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's take it all the way back. Absolutely. Have you ever had drunken sex?
And have you ever, I mean, I know.
Would you have done it in your normal state?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you have to see, how do we get in this? And that's the issue with it. Like, because one came up, I personally think, and me and my girlfriend was actually talking about this, something had to come out. Bill Cosby had to make somebody mad or something for this to come to surface
right
now.
Yeah.
Because how many people, honestly, was Charlie Sheen? He was a known drug addict. He had drugs everywhere. He had all these girls around him all doing drugs. Is that not considered the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, it would have been if after that, they decided that was not good for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. Like, I think that women in general, we've all probably had those, and this is drunk or not, we've probably all had some experiences that we wish that we didn't have.
Absolutely.
People that we wish we were not with.
Absolutely.
Things like that, experiences that you left and you felt like uneasy about it or whatever the case may be.
We all go through those.
We all have gone through those, but
properly identify them.
Yeah, just make sure that they're properly identified. That's a good way to say it. Just make sure that they are properly identified.
Yeah.
And that's not taking anything away from these women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody knows for sure what happened.
I just think it's ironic. Me personally,
I think his attitude towards some of the whole situation was a little. He was just a little reluctant to be sorry about the whole situation as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't humble at all.
And again, at some point too, I have got to bring in the age.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's even like you know what I'm saying? At 80 something years old, you're probably I'm sorry, but it's a big thing. But he's probably like, this is so silly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the back of his 80 years on this earth, he's probably like, I mean, just imagine the amount of shit that you're like, you know what? I'm so over that. Like, really, why are we talking about this? And taking that attitude in it and not giving it due attention could have had something to do with it as well. He could have been so flabbergasted that he was in the situation that he just was nonchalant about it. And I think that enraged a lot of people. So anyway, y'all let us know what you think about that.
Do y'all think he should have got the time or not?
And if that was the case, do we think that 3 years is enough? Like,
if he was, I just think honestly, he probably made somebody mad, because it's just, for me, it's just too ironic that all of this happened at once. Was it one of the, I think he made somebody mad.
I mean, it's quite possible, but something else that we needed to talk about was this whole Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, Cat Williams situation.
On the Breakfast Club.
Last week we actually talked about Cat Williams and his thing with Tiffany Haddish, and it's still very, very much in the news, and you know, people are talking about it on the Breakfast Club
and all this other
saying
stuff.
that he's hating and things like that. Me personally, y'all know GemDTwin. I'm about empowerment.
Yeah.
I come from if you get your coin, let me get my coin. You know what I'm saying? Let me do me and you do you. So I really am not big on speaking out against anybody in general. Like, what does it do for me? What does it do for me to have your name in my mouth and say that what you're doing is not, you know, on par with whatever I think, period. And I know that everybody, you know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And with the platforms that we have now, everybody is allowed to actually use theirs. So that, I mean, it is what it is. But recently, Kevin Hart has come to Tiffany Haddish's defense.
Well, you know, they have the new movie that just came out.
They have the new movie. I think he historically has been a supporter of hers, and I know she said recently that a lot of her opportunities were placed in front of her by African Americans. And he's like, with his interview on the Breakfast Club, you guys can go and listen to that. He's like, I'm about creating opportunities, as opposed to you know, knocking people down, because I also believe in this. Now, I'm not taking sides on anybody's anything, because I always feel like we only get half of the story anyway. But if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem all day long in my book. So that's kind of how I feel about it. T said yes, they're friends. They're friends. And I think they've always said that. Like, I think he helped her out like early on as well.
But here's the thing though, and not to play devil's advocate, some of what, if you guys heard the interview that Cat Williams did on the Monique show, when he went in on Monique, it was so funny. It was the funniest shit ever. But he was stating points where I heard on both sides, where at the end of the day, get your coin, sis. Get your coin, Kevin Hart. Do what you got to do. Kevin Hart is selling out arenas. He's selling out. He sold out the Capital One. Okay. So he's selling out arenas. He spoke facts on the Breakfast Club. He said, look, these are the sales that I'm getting. And then Cat Williams comes with these, you know, some made up whatever. But however, honestly, my opinion, I dig what Kevin Hart is doing, how he is moving. He is out here making money, and he's doing it the legit way. However, I don't think he's that funny, but he's making money, so I'm not gonna hate on him. Right. I do think Cat Williams is the all-time one of the best. However, I do think that he was right for saying, where are Tiffany Haddish's? If you're a comedian,
where are your shows, where your receipts?
You didn't. You didn't start from. But this is the new era. People now are doing Instagram. This is the new era. Absolutely. So we can't say that she didn't start from
stand up and doing
stand up.
I mean, do we even think that? I mean, is it a name? Is it saying that a comedian, they have to do stand up? They got to do this in order to be a bona fide comedian? Or is it, this is like you said, this is the information age. You know what I'm saying? Like, we move differently right now.
But here's the thing, real quick. You know, my sister cut me right on off, y'all. Real quick.
You was talking a lot.
So, but no, at the end of the day, we have to figure out where do we want our true comedians to come from now? Because you have a lot of people who are originating from social media. Did she really originate from social media? No, she didn't. She didn't originate from social media either. So we're just hilarious. Shout out to her, because shout out to her new show. I don't know if you call it
Real.
Yeah, shout out to your new show. She did stand up. She was on the Breakfast Club talking about how she got an opportunity to do a stand up to open up for Martin Lawrence. She told him that she had done 10 shows. However, that was really her first one. Right. But she has done a tour. Tiffany Haddish hasn't. She didn't have social media. She really did. She really had the African American community support to really push her. So I think that was his point, where you do have people like Monique, and things of that nature, where they kind of started from the ground up. But we have to look at, where do we place our value? Is our value placed on social media? Is it placed on being in the Laugh Factory in LA? I did go there. Saw Jamie Kennedy and Bill Bellamy, or whatever his name is. And it was funny. But I think that let Tiffany Haddish do her.
Right.
Do her the best way, because maybe.
And then why do we have something to say about it? Like,
yeah, just let her do her.
Okay.
If she want to do a tour, fuck it, don't do a tour. If she want to star in a movie, fuck it, star in a movie. If she want to be on Groupon, fuck it, be a endorser for Groupon.
Absolutely.
You want to be on BMAs and
you make your lane, blah, blah, blah. And you stay in whatever lane you find.
You fly in.
Just T said any of the comedians or whatever could do what Kevin Hart is doing. When you get your moment, you have to take it and run with it. Let them all be great.
Exactly. Let them be great. Who
let
cares?
them all
At
be
the
great.
End of the day, because
let me tell y'all something. When they come to get GemDTwin, I don't want to hear nobody's mouth, because guess what? I don't call myself comedian, but a lot of people think I'm funny as hell. Now, if I get somewhere and they want to put me in all these comedic roles and they call GemDTwin a comedian and Kevin's little ass got something to say about it, I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to come for the perm too. No, but seriously, it's not going to.
Since just went on a rant.
I'm just saying, like, I always bring things back to, like, the real of the situation.
Yeah,
reality
says
reality is, if you are given your chance to shine, shine, bitch.
And here's the thing, they're all provided. Like T said, everybody's provided the same platform. Everybody has the same platform. Kevin Hart had a platform.
Truth is that some people have to work harder for their platform than you, but that's not your fault.
No, but let's also state one more fact. And this is something I don't even know he mentioned this on the Breakfast Club. Just out of respect for Cat Williams, Kevin Hart never had a drug problem either. You could be where he's at. You've done movies. You've done shows.
Well, we'll say allegedly, because I know that Kevin Hart said that he mentioned the fact that Cat Williams had a drug problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well,
but that's not allegedly. An issue.
That ain't allegedly.
But
that's facts.
He said, but he actually attributed that to the fact that basically people don't buy with you now, or that they didn't, like, basically that people did not want to continue to take a chance on you because he basically said, Kevin Hart on the Breakfast Club said basically Cat Williams had all these opportunities.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
But he messed them up.
He messed them up.
I don't know if that's the truth, because he said that, and how many stars have had plenty of a drug problem and they still had plenty of their money and their coin until it got in the way. So do I know if it really, really got in the way? I'm not sure.
And I agree with T.
And T said if Cat was popping.
He said, yeah.
She said if T said if Cat's popping, because we got to tell Instagram and Facebook. T over here on YouTube said if Cat was popping, he had an opportunity.
No, he said Cat was popping.
She said Cat was popping.
And I agree.
When Cat was popping, he didn't move on it, is what she said. He didn't take his moment and
when
run.
He had it. He did. How many movies? He did how many shows? That's my point I was just making. He has had an opportunity, the same opportunity Kevin Hart did. He had the same opportunity that he did, and he had it from before he did. He's actually a really funny guy. But when he had the opportunity to take his moment, he decided to go a different route. Don't shoot the hand that feeds you, literally. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So Kevin Hart said, you know what? I'm giving this platform. I'm going to grow on it. I'm going to do comedian. I'm going to always go back to what I know, because guess what? My man just sold out the arena. Felicia and Erica went. They said it was a hell of a show. Showed out the whole arena, right? However, he said, I'm not going to just stop there. And what did he do? He built his own company. And he grew from there, because guess what? He ain't going to want to do stand up for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
He don't want to do all that for the rest of his life. He want to empower other people. So that's where Tiffany Haddish goes right into the plan. So it all makes sense.
Yeah, Mary said he's a master. Mary said that Kevin Hart is a master capitalizer.
Absolutely.
And I think that is actually what he was saying as well. And T agreed, like, y'all right on the same wavelength. That he also said, if his moment might come, to his time might run out
at
any given time. And until then, he's going to work his ass off. You don't sit and rest on your laurels. You do things. You make a way for yourself. You make a way for other people. And I think that that's kind of what he was actually trying to put out there.
And one last note, because I love Kevin Hart, because I just don't think he's funny, but I love who he is as a person, and how he is in the movies. What Cat Williams does not do, no matter when things look bad, he still keeps pushing, because Soul Plane, the movie his first one, was a flop.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give up there. He didn't go, oh my God, woe is me, let me give up. No. He kept pushing regardless. And that is all Kevin Hart. Give people their props. Let them be great. Let them live in their own lane. You made your choices. You were on the road. Cat Williams was actually on the up and up, way higher than Kevin Hart was, because Kevin Hart was getting some backlash on some of his, his jokes are always the same, blah, 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 blah. But he kept pushing forward, and that is the key. Consistency, no matter what. Be great, no matter who thinks you're not.
Right.
But don't down anybody else.
Continue to evolve, and I think that that's kind of what Mary was saying too. Be diverse, continue to evolve. We have to, even like when we do the show, and sorry, this week you guys aren't going to get any pictures on YouTube. We had some technical difficulty, but again, evolution. We want to do different things.
Absolutely.
We want to keep on evolving. We want to bring something new all the time. You just want to get with the times. You want to get with the times. And the same thing does not always work, just doing things the same way all the time, which is why a lot of people have a lot of platforms. Mm-hmm. Speaking of platform, in this same lane, if you think about it, Cardi B has had a lot of success, because guess what? She did her one thing, and they continue to keep offering her.
She did
one thing. Stop. Hollywood and the Woods and one thing they are good for. They are good for
providing
hopping on. Quick. No, hop on quick. If you have smoke behind you right then and there, they are going to hop on you. That's why Tiffany Haddish did Girls Trip, and next thing you know, she got this movie and that movie. Come do this, come group on. Everybody wants to be with what's hot. You know what I'm saying? So if you're the hot shit, if you're the it girl at the time, if you're the it guy, take your moment, because everybody can be mad around you, because that's what they're doing to Cardi. Like they want to.
And my thing is, I've never seen, like, even right now, how Nicki Minaj is shitting on Cardi B. Let's just be very clear. Nicki Minaj is an all-time hater to me. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want anybody to be better than her or to compete with her, when she doesn't realize people came before you, boo. People's gonna come after you. What you're doing is you're spending so much time on trying to knock everybody down that you're not realizing, hey, let me provide a platform that's going to create consistency throughout. Guess what? There's going to be, and Kevin Hart's doing it. Because there's going to be a time where Kevin Hart's not going to be funny to people no more. Or Kevin Hart's not going to want to be in movies and all this and all that. It's going to be a time. But what he's doing is creating a platform for his legacy to continue. So instead of beating everybody up around him, let's go together. Boom. You can let this
and people want to change and evolve, and then you become somebody else. Look at Eddie Murphy's career. Like, he started out like super, like he was the comedian, but he was a potty mouth. He was doing all kinds of things. And then one day he's like, you know what? I don't want to do those kind of movies anymore. I don't want to be represented like that. Mm-hmm. I think it had something to do with having kids and stuff like that. But then he becomes Dr. Dolittle. You know what I'm saying? And he evolved. But speaking of Cardi B and the whole little situation, she is getting a lot of attention. The whole Nicki Minaj thing with her. And again, you guys know, I feel like we only get a portion of anything that's going on out there in the world. We don't know, we only know what people want us to know. You know what I'm saying? You do your research and get your receipts. But recently, beyond the Nicki Minaj thing, y'all know, if you guys watch another blogger, Unwind with Tasha K, she recently had a young lady by I'm sorry, let me get her name, y'all. Star Marie. Star Marie was supposed to be Cardi B's allegedly. according to her, she was a roommate back in the day. She said it was like when Cardi was like 20 years old. But there's been a whole bunch of like
back in the day, Cardi ain't never 26.
Okay, but 6 years ago, let me tell y'all something though. The difference of a year versus the difference of 6 years, I'm gonna leave it as back in the day. I really am, because who GemDTwin and Eb Deceleb were at Listen Vision.
I get it.
You see what I'm saying? Like
I get it.
We all, guess what, are allowed to evolve.
Absolutely.
And so I think one of the things that I took away from that, because I was like, this is a little bit of bullshit.
But tell us what happened.
Okay, so the roommate, allegedly, she had like a live that she did, and it was basically, it wasn't really blasting as much as it was informing people of Cardi B's like past. And she went on Unwind with Tasha K and like spilled the beans about the live broadcast, and she was saying how Cardi was just a regular girl. She put her onto the to the dance in a good dance place. Like she put her on. She said that there was a little prostitution and drug use and all this other stuff going on. I mean, but my thing is, I gotta go back to this whole cat. Like, why we speak? Like, for what? What was the purpose? Now, let me say this. She said that her purpose was not clout chasing or anything like that. She said that was just basically her rant. You know what I'm saying? She was at a location. She just started talking, and this is what came out. She said that she didn't like do it to personally attack. It kind of just snowballed into that. But again, my name is in your mouth, and so.
But I guess my thing. Thank you for giving us that little bit of information that Cardi B has already said. Read between the lines. I mean, if you're stripping and doing all different things, and she said that she done did a lot of different things, I don't think, even though you said that, that's something that she's embarrassed about.
Well, actually, she clapped back. Well, she didn't say she was embarrassed. She's just saying that it's a whole lie.
I don't think it's a lie.
Well,
I can believe it.
Well, then you two would be going back and forth.
Yeah, clap back, Cardi.
Cause you gonna clap back, girl.
I know you had that ass in there.
She gonna say it's a lie. I would never do that as Coach's mother. Don't come for my parenting. But no, like seriously, okay.
I definitely think she did it.
And plus, I'm sure there's a lot of things that people did when they were 20.
Exactly.
That they would rather not have the entire world on the stage, like, talking about. And I think everybody wants the little juice and the little tea, and people were kind of clapping into the whole situation, like, oh, well, if it wasn't the truth, then you wouldn't have taken the time to clap back. She was mad at Unwind with Tasha K as well, because she's like, basically, you're a blogger and you're not posting like other stuff, like saying like the evidence, because apparently there's some receipts floating out there saying that this was, not the case. And so she's like, they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Unwind with Tasha K is like, but sweetie, why you trying to do all of this? I'm a blogger. Like, this is what I do.
That's what I was about to say. At the end of the day, she's doing what she's supposed to do. She's a blogger. She's not supposed to highlight the good. She's going to highlight the bad to bring more attention to what she has going on. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You are already great. You're great, Cardi. Where you are now, you're great. No matter what anybody else says about you, your past, whatever, you're great.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Remember, we talked about this before, that people will try to assassinate
your character. Of course they're going to
your
assassinate character.
Could be completely and solely true, but that's not me anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
So, I mean, and that's a tough thing, trying to live down. Like, I would not, I'm sure that there are things in my past I don't want to put like a freaking spotlight on. Yeah, well, we sipping,
girl,
but
you see my eyes is going
like
tipsy.
Somebody. So, but just I guess that's something that comes along with fame. You got to be prepared for people to try to take you down. But I think one of the things that she was saying, Star Marie, was that one of the reasons why she was talking about it actually was because she could kind of identify with the whole Nick situation, because she said basically with the whole Fashion Week thing, she said that was not out of character for her. Because apparently for Cardi, because apparently she's like thrown hot coffee on her before.
On Nikki?
No, on this Star Marie, on her
okay,
old roommate. Like they had some, business and some altercations or whatever.
Girl,
and apparently, so what she was saying was basically like, I feel you, girl. Like she, came for me too, and so I can understand.
She made her public appearance on Love and Hip Hop for coming for people. I'm just confused. This is how she made her. This is what she did.
So instead of the world going and so you know what I'm saying?
That's why we fell in love with Cardi B in the first place, because she gets money.
Right.
Like
because she prostituted, because she
was hard on money. She said that. She did what
so
she
we
had
can't say what you did for the bag, but
it's not a
this
shocker.
way, women have done worse. Okay?
Exactly.
And so at least maybe that's why you were removed out that situation. The Lord was like, no, Jesus, we got to keep her legs closed. I don't know. But just like you said, I'm like, why is this always the topic of conversation? Why do we have to pull each other down?
Because let's talk about the fact that, hey, shout out to you. Whatever they have to say at the end of the day of what you used to do or what you whatever. Guess what, boo? You got a whole you have a holistic line with Tom Ford. So guess what? If you was prostituting, throwing your legs in the air for whatever, God knows what. That's what then, you did.
Yeah,
and right now you're on your way to being a billionaire.
Okay,
so worry about that. You know
but saying? She was actually, Cardi B did a live the other day, and she was like, I guess she was kind of going. I don't know why she wastes her time. But honest. You know what? She's gonna waste her time doing the lives because that's how she got on in the first place.
That's true.
You better go back to your roots.
Yeah.
And apparently, this being the information.
Exactly.
Age, like why would she not? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's doing live, everybody's on social media, everybody's doing Instagram, and Instagram gave her a lot of life.
Yeah.
One of the things that the girl said was that she bought a lot of those followers, but so be it.
So what?
Again, she would not be the first. And guess what? If I pulled a move to get myself where I needed to be, I pulled a move.
Did what she had. Here's the thing: you sit here saying everything that she did. But she's rich.
Yeah.
So who gives a F? What is Star Marie doing right now at this current moment?
Well, she's a naturalist or something. She actually shouted. She has a lot of followers. I did see that.
Did she buy any of them?
She shouted out Dr. Sebi. So T said, "How do you buy followers?"
She said, "Hell, how you buy?" Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of people like, you know what? I don't want to buy followers. I want to make it on my own. But a lot of people are like, no, I don't care.
When we get us a little extra money, some sponsors come through.
Right now, we can't afford to be buying no followers. You know what I'm saying? We got bills for free. Please follow us for free, okay? It takes nothing but your finger and a button.
The page is not private.
You're here anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's one of those things. And if I just feel like if you
do what you gotta do.
Man, people's come up. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's laced with a whole bunch of moves that they would rather not. People, you know what I'm saying?
People talking
Look at Jay-Z and all of that other stuff.
Girl, we would high five because we would say this. Like you got people talking about Illuminati and stuff like that. So if the girl then did whatever she done did, what she gonna do? Let her be great. That's my thing is let her be great.
Exactly. The come up is laced with all kinds of stuff. So let me find out what shifty shit we got to do to get SipsTea on. I'll be like, Eb Deceleb, you down or not, girl?
Let's go make this move,
you know it's gonna come out, girl. You know it's gonna come out. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so
I'm not judging.
But Cardi B did do this live, and she was saying that she was like, I am about bread. Like I'm trying to get bread. And she's like. She specifically said she's always surprised with people like commenting and being so hard in on what's going on in her life. She's like, the time it took you basically to troll me, the time it took you to do this, that, and the other, you could be using going to the college of YouTube, y'all, and researching how to make bread, like how to get that shiny popping. I believe the same thing. Like I'm very protective and I'm very watchful of how I spend my time, where I spend my time, and who I'm spending my time with, and freaking why. Like question yourself sometimes. Why am I here? Wherever here is at that time, Why are you there?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what purpose is that serving in your life? Seriously. At that moment, like, you got to question yourself, and you got to question a whole bunch of stuff. Like, just don't go off willy-nilly.
She needs some shmoney.
Yes, we all need some
shmoney.
Exactly. Ladies, we need to have a SipsTea the Show vision board event.
Yes.
So that we can get together.
We need to do. Hell yeah.
And start. Cardi B actually said one of those things too. She was like, you know what, get you a magazine, like get you like a dream, like, you know, basically get you a dream so that you have something to focus on. And, you know, so that you're looking at something.
So you're not focusing on her.
So you're not focusing on her. Like, listen to the music, shut up, and just like keep it moving. Let me be great. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't believe in throwing, you know, shoes and shit at people. So it's like, you just need to, because that was one of them moments too.
You gotta calm down.
That you gotta calm down.
She got caught off guard. She had a wig on, and
there were people, they don't like that. They don't like that.
Honey. They'll cut you in a minute.
They'll cut you off. You know what I'm saying? But that's that. So we're gonna leave that in tea time, and we're gonna put these people up for the Shits Award. Yes. Now, unfortunately, I can not provide you guys with the pictures, but if you go to our Instagram page at SipsTea the Show, you can see a picture. The Eb Deceleb.
Oh yeah, I did. I posted it. That 3-in-1. That 3-in-1 hairstyle.
Yes, where it starts back here. Your line starts back here, but from here to here, from here to here is the filling, and the filling consists of like, what was
you got a whole shape
marker or something? Some paint. So you know.
Okay, Safari. You don't got Safari money
yet.
Hey, you can't create no headline.
Do what you got to do. I believe
it's not Safari, baby.
But so that's up for the Shits Award. I think
his locks was looking good though. That little bun.
His locks was, if it just, you know,
he just cut it all off. Go
if
bald,
the rest of it was there, you know, couldn't nobody tell him this little hair game would have been strong. So, but we have to put that up for the Shits Award. You got that
Ray Charles barber.
Okay.
You can't.
Okay.
Who you putting up?
So, I was actually going to put up that collaboration between Tasha K and that Star Marie person. I mean, it's just a lot of time.
She took a lot of time.
It's just a lot of time. I guess the whole Tasha K thing, I guess technically that's your job, so I can't really, but I'm not technically. The whole all of this shit where everybody is taking their time to be anti somebody else. Mm-hmm. I'm not with the shit. Yeah. Personally. So I'm gonna have to put that up for the Shits Award. I'm not sure how I feel about Bill Cosby and Gen Pop either. Yeah. That's weird. So it's just a lot of stuff that's just up for the shit. Yeah, it's up for the Shits Award this week. Like, I mean, on the low, we could just give it to Snatchback guy just because everything else we kind of talked about, and it just needs to be sorted out. Yeah. Like, we're just not with the shits. We're not with any of it. None of the shits. So y'all let us know what y'all think. Who gets the Shits Award? Would it be the guy with the snatchback?
With the 3-in-1?
With the 3-in-1 that you saw on SipsTea the Show page? Will it be Tasha K and Star Marie talking shit? You know what I'm saying? Having their whole expose? Are you with that?
I just want to know, did they get paid? Like,
I mean, they get something? Like, but that's Tasha K's job. Like, she's getting
Fashion Nova actually sponsor.
She's getting that money. I don't know. You know. And then what is it? You know, the 81-year-old. In the
locked up, won't let him out.
I mean, like, what's going on? I don't know.
My man locked up.
Yeah. All the way. I just thinking about my grandfather. I'm like, Granddaddy, no. Like, I can't see you
doing in there?
Just now going to jail.
You know, on flip side, at least he got to live his life. No. At least he got to live 80
years. Yeah, he got to live his life, and then he's gonna finish it out in there, and then come on. No, but 3 years is gonna come on home 9 times out of 10, Lord willing, and he's still gonna be sitting with his money. So again,
and plus, you know, he's gonna go to jail, but it's
well, they're saying that they put him in the actual factual, although it is a new jail, like. So it's not even like a trifling jail.
What are they put him in jail?
He actually, I think he spent his first night in jail like yesterday or something. Yeah. Weird. Isn't it weird? Like,
I wonder what's going through his mind right now.
I don't know. Ask his wife, and it's. But
yeah, I heard that he told her to get me out of here. You're not getting out.
She like, baby, I can't.
Out.
But you know, he also declined taking some mental health evaluations as well. And I don't know, bro. You might actually want to go and get that little that evaluation.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but let's not stop with the black people when we punish people for this Me Too stuff, and when the women are claiming back the cooch. Let's not stop with the black people, okay? Let's get this Weinstein.
Yeah.
Let's get the rest of the people, okay? Let's get them all. Round them up.
One for all.
Yes, exactly. Let's all round them up.
Right.
So affinity. Right, because he's legally blind. Like, that's just weird to Bill Cosby.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I just don't know what it's I don't know. So how's still of course. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out for him. But let's get into some relationship questions. Play us some more SZA. Can you focus on me?
I'm playing Ella May because they was coming for her all day. I'm playing
Okay.
I'm playing Ella May.
Okay, we're gonna bring in Mary, are you being funny?
That was a good one. That was actually a good one. He did not see the verdict coming.
He did not see the verdict coming.
It's up loud too.
So, love and relationships, guys. Let's talk about these ships in general. Okay. Because I don't know about y'all. I don't know if it's because of the weather, but people been tripping. Okay. Not just tripping by LMA, but tripping. But it's funny because when I was looking up the words for her song,
her songs are very inspiring.
Yeah, but the one with what's his name? Jackie Chan, whatever that little boy name. What that little boy name is, it said basically like her admission that she's tripping. Okay, so whatever this is, yeah, I'm tripping off it. I'm tripping off the D, basically. So what do y'all think? Like, how often in relationships, when you know we're all not perfect, have you actually come to your partner to say, you know what, babe, I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Let me sit over here, drink my wine. I'm tripping. I'm wrong. You're right. Or do you stand there and continue to try to defend your position? You see what I'm saying? And how important is an apology to you? How important is it for somebody to come to you and say, hey, my bad, I was tripping? Because, you know, we're all prone to do things. And like me personally, you know, I'm really big on apologies, and I'm the one. I am big on, like, I check my words. Like, I like to watch what I say before I say it, which sometimes I really feel like is not the most effective way in expressing myself. Sometimes not with your close ship in a close ship. Sometimes you need to have that rawness and that realness. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how you are, but I'm the type of person that I kind of choose my words wisely. I think twice before I say something because I want to think about how it's going to sound when it comes out my mouth. Like when somebody repeats this, what is this going to sound like? You know what I'm saying? But so often, you know, sometimes words are things that you say and you can't really get them back. You know what I'm saying? Once they're out there in the universe.
Once they're out there, you can't.
There's nothing you can do with it.
And the thing about it is, no matter what you do, you will never take those words out of that person's mind. They will forever think about that.
Absolutely.
They'll ever think about it and know that that's something that you could possibly say. No matter if, I didn't mean to say it. Oh, yeah, you did.
Right.
You said it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I think that.
Is it important to you to...
It depends on how many times it depends on how many times you have said, I'm sorry. It depends on how many times you have said, I'm sorry.
Okay.
When sorry begins to lose its value.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, sorry can easily lose its value for me. You know, so it's just like if you find yourself always the one apologizing, even if it's not on you. Yeah. That's when also sorry can lose its value.
Absolutely. Now, do you think if you're saying if you're the one that ends up apologizing, and I realize that because I do that a lot. I've been in situations where that was me. Mm-hmm. I was the apologizer because it was easier.
It's easier.
Because I already know you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Easier. Like when somebody comes at you with some crazy shit and you know that they're tripping already, you're like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
Because sometimes you just say it just to be done with the conversation. Yes. Just because you're like, you know what? This isn't going to go anywhere. You're never going to get it. Look, what? Guess
maybe
what?
I guess
I'm
I was
sorry.
wrong.
My bad. I was wrong. And then you just keep it moving. Like you said, because it's easier way. But then it comes to a point where you find yourself, you continuously doing that. And then you ask yourself, does this person really validate who I am and what I feel? Right. And that's the key to like, I'm sorry. Yeah. What are you sorry for? Right. How many times are you going to be sorry? And as a matter of fact, I'm sorry for your sorries.
Yeah, I think that's why. I think just like Mary said over here in YouTube, accountability is a thing. Yeah. When you apologize, it does ring with a level of accountability. Mm-hmm. It's like you saying, "Hey, I'm tripping. My bad. You know, I apologize to you because I recognize that I did something." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's big for me because I just want you to recognize that you did something. You know what I'm saying? If you could do that, it's like super huge to me.
That's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Because you don't realize what I'm sorry or I apologize can really do for a person. You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't realize that.
But it's hard. Yeah. And I know that I'm sorry is hard because I'm the one that says I'm sorry sometimes. Mm-hmm. But and knowing that it's difficult also puts some value on it, unless you're that person that just chronically says I'm sorry. But not saying it is also like it's a sign. I think it signals like, okay, if you're not willing to lower yourself a little bit, you know what I'm saying, after you've already put yourself in this situation, that bothers me. That bothers me that you won't do it. Mm-hmm. You know you're wrong. I know you're wrong. Mm-hmm. But yet and still there's no verbiage between us. It's just us walking around with, oh, I know you know, and you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Child, let me tell you something, because it is several times like GemDTwin, baby. Let me tell you something. I am a Gemini. Okay. By virtue of me being a Gemini, I have two thoughts about everything that you do. Okay. So one of them might not think what you're doing is hot shit, but I kind of balance myself out with that. Like before I actually say something out of my mouth, I think about it like even longer before I even go there, because I gotta have the receipts in my head. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I have a problem with something you're doing, okay, why do I have a problem with it? If the shoe was turned, like I give myself so many questions that by the time I'm finished questioning myself, I'm just over it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think Mary said yes, it's very important for apologies, accountability. That is a big thing. What if you are with somebody that just can't apologize though? Like it's just not their thing. Is that a deal breaker?
I think you would have to ask yourself, if they're not willing to apologize for anything, then you're willing to accept them for their everything. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not going to apologize for anything that they ever do. You're just accepting who they are. Right. You're accepting the BS for what it is. You know. Right. So then you have to. Do you want to be in that position? Do you want to live in that life? Do you want to live in that point where you have to always feel like you're always wrong and they're always right? Or you'll easily find yourself being the what I'm looking for, the word, like the doer. Yeah. You'll always find yourself trying to make things feel better. And what will happen is you'll feel like you'll never get it right. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Then with apology comes when they're apologizing, asking, why are you apologizing? Yeah. Are you apologizing because you want to make me feel better? are you apologizing because you want to actually fix the issue?
Yeah.
Because that makes a difference too. If you're apologizing only to do it tomorrow, then just don't apologize.
Right. I'm good. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are you actually apologizing?
Yeah.
And then, are you apologizing for the same thing?
Right. Because you already said sorry for this.
Yeah.
So are you saying I'm sorry for that again? Because then at that point, I'm going to have to point out to you that you said sorry for this like 3 times already.
We have to set higher standards for ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just because for whatever reason, whether it's you don't want to be alone or you put in time
But you know, in setting those higher standards for yourself, I also think that it also allows your partner or whoever you're in this ship with, even as, you know, as it relates to us, whoever you're in this ship with, when you set higher standards for yourself, things that you will or will not take, I think it also gives the person reason to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, imagine that person that never has to say they're sorry. They never have to grow because they're not sorry for anything. Yeah. They're good.
They feel like they're good.
They're good. So I think we should think about that. You know what I'm saying? Being accountable, be accountable for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Being accountable for the things that you do and say out your mouth. Know that they have some consequences.
Words leave a lasting impression.
Yeah, absolutely.
Words
leave a lasting impression.
Words are powerful because once you put it out there,
you cannot take it back. So that is us. We gotta give you guys a little bit of detox because you know we care about your health and mental wellness, okay? And when you're not, give me again, sister. When it's not for this, when it's not coming in a red cup, what do we do? You know, for to the last, okay? So what do we do to take care of ourselves, our mental and physical wellness? I came across a lady named Iohansi Kendi, who is a breathologist. And you guys should look that up because it sounds weird. It sounds very progressive. It sounds very like forward thinking and like out there, whatever, but it also makes sense to pay attention to your breath and how you're breathing because oxygen is everything. You know what I'm saying? And what is one of the first things that people tell you to do when you need to calm down?
Breathe.
To breathe. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people redirect you to breathing and taking deep breaths and taking cleansing breaths and telling you how to do these actual things. But I tell you guys that you should check out Positive Energy Works. And it's actually not the whole word positive. It's positive. And then energy, the E from positive is for energy. So PositiviTEnergyWorks.com. And you guys can go on there and find out about breathology. There's actually like a live, I think on Thursday at 3 p.m. Tomorrow at 3. There's a breath workshop online. And she actually teaches you how to breathe. And how to use this breath as a cleansing de-stressor. And so yes, taking deep cleansing breaths through the nose and how to breathe it out. It feels good to breathe, which brings us back to as progressive as it sounds and as weird as it sounds, it actually makes sense. If nothing else, it gives you a moment to stop and kind of in a meditative way, just breathe. So that is, she says, exhale the trauma and inhale the peace. And one of the things that caught my eye, I got an email from them, and it says emotional or physical abuse. Like, how do you handle it? How do you show up? How does that show up to you? And a lot of things that we have in life, they, are attributed to poor breathing patterns, the inability to de-stress, holding on to things in our inner self. So check out Iohansi Kendi. Check Positive Energy Works. Just do some research on breathology. By all means, people, just freaking breathe. At least breathe. Do some inhale and exhale because it's very cleansing, and we all about the de-stress. You know what I'm saying? de-stress, transform trauma into positive energy. So that's the whole theory behind that. And I hope that you had a moment to de-stress here with us. De-stress, detox here on SipsTea the Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really, really appreciate it, especially when we run late into the evening. But you guys go get some rest. You know what I'm saying? It's 12 o'clock, and then y'all go back and get this show and find it and share and do like, that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, comment, subscribe, and
share. Comment, subscribe, and share.
Okay.
I was just gonna say we'll see you next week.
We will see you next week.
I got to go to bed.
Okay, a little bit earlier. We love you to life, and thank you, and good day.
Thank y'all for watching.